The James Webb Space Telescope has released one of the most beautiful images so far, the Pillars of Creation. Stretching roughly 4 to 5 light-years across, the towering tendrils of cosmic dust and gas offer one of the most fascinating heavenly sights ever. In the recent image released by NASA, Webb peered through the gaseous columns and inspected the newborn stars coming to life in the dusty cribs. But before digging further into the intricacies captured by Webb, let me put some light on what this cosmic structure represents and why it is so important. These columns are gaseous and dusty features that are the center of attraction in the Eagle Nebula, a star-forming region spanning 70 by 55 light-years. The nebula resides in the plane of the Milky Way, some 6,500 light-years from Earth. It is also known as M16 and was discovered by a Swiss astronomer in 1745. As the nebula has an apparent magnitude of 6, it can be spotted with the help of a small telescope. This makes it a familiar target to amateur astronomers looking in the constellation Serpens near the border of Sagittarius. The pillars in the nebula rose to stardom when the Hubble Space Telescope captured them in 1995. Hubble revealed the towering mountains comprising cool interstellar gas and dust in the nebula and wowed everyone, as the gas and dust were found to be in the process of creating new stars. The name Pillars of Creation aptly suited the majestic structure. And this image was declared one of the top 10 photographs from Hubble by Space.com. Then, in 2014, the pillars were revisited by Hubble. This time, astronomers could assemble a larger and higher resolution photograph of the pillars. But Hubble works primarily in the UV and the visible region of the electromagnetic spectrum. As a result, it has limited infrared capabilities. However, as infrared waves have a longer wavelength than visible light, they can pass through dust clouds without getting absorbed. So, at infrared wavelengths, we can see the stars and the planetary systems forming inside dust clouds that are otherwise opaque to visible light. And this is precisely where the importance of telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope is realized. Since the release of its first set of science images in July, Webb has been keeping us on our toes with its mesmerizing images. And now, the latest addition to these images is the spectacular view of the Pillars of Creation captured by its near-infrared camera, or NIRCam. In this highly detailed landscape captured by Webb, the newly formed stars are stealing the show. Stars form when clumps of gas and dust carrying a sufficient mass begin to collapse under their gravity. Due to this collapse, the temperature starts rising, high enough to trigger nuclear fusion reactions. The newly born stars appear in this image as tiny bright red dots. In addition, finger-like extensions, swirls, and eddies in rich brown hues represent the intricate effects of radiation emerging from these newly formed stars. Moreover, if we compare this portrait with the one released by Hubble, the thick, dusty brown pillars are no longer as opaque, and one can see many red stars finding their way out. If you look at the edges of some of these pillars, you can see some bright red wavy lines that look like lava. These are from young stars known to periodically shoot out supersonic jets that can collide with dense clouds of material, which are the thick pillars in our case. This collision results in bow shocks, which can form wavy patterns similar to what a boat does as it moves through the water. And if we talk about the crimson-red glow in the second and third pillars from the top, it comes from the energetic hydrogen molecules that result from jets and shocks. The twinkling of thousands of these stars beautifully illuminates the giant columns standing amid the cosmos. Overall, the pillars emerge as arches and spires rising out of a desert landscape filled with semi-transparent gas and dust. This portrait, released by Webb, carries the most detailed view of the nebula, showing young stars estimated to be only a few 100,000 years old. Although the interstellar medium in the densest part of the Milky Way's disk is still blocking our view of the galaxies behind, Webb has done a great job revealing new details about this region. It's also important to consider that Webb captures everything at infrared wavelengths, and the colors have been later translated into visible light using unique color coding models. Just a month ago, Webb peered through the cosmic dust to reveal never-before-seen young stars in the Tarantula Nebula, one of the largest and most violent star-forming regions in our local group. It also provided the first views of the Orion Nebula, revealing infant stars and the filaments feeding them. And now, with Webb's new view of the pillars of creation, we are moving a step forward to improve the existing models of star formation. Undoubtedly, these observations will contribute significantly to having a crisp and clear understanding of how stars evolve in these dusty regions over millions of years. Studying star formation and galaxy evolution is one of the prime goals of the James Webb Space Telescope. In its Cycle 1 GO program, 32% of the observing time has been dedicated to extragalactic astronomy and 12% to stellar astrophysics. Among all the GO programs, the maximum time has been assigned to the Cosmos Webb proposal. In this, Webb will look at thousands of galaxies formed within the first billion years of the Big Bang. These galaxies are so faint that observing them has always been out of range of the existing telescopes. So with Webb, we have an opportunity to study the first generation of stars and galaxies in the universe. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any Webb updates.